Everyone, you are welcome to this wonderful class, and we hope you are going to enjoy everything that we are going to be talking about today. Before I continue, let me introduce myself. My name is Abiodun Emmanuel Gbadamosi. I'm the CEO and founder of FC by Edutech. So I'm very happy to meet you tonight. So if you can hear me, please drop I in the comment section so that I can know that you are hearing me. Drop I in the comment section. If you have joined us, drop I in the comment section. So today we are discussing how educators can use coding to improve learning, and we're going to be doing some practical coding examples that you will be able to see and know for yourself. So we'll be doing some practical coding. So you may want to wonder, what is coding? That is the new oil and gas. People were running to oil and gas in the early 2000s or in the late 90s. But now everybody is running to coding. It's increasingly important in today's world. So we're going to explore how educators can incorporate coding into their curriculum to improve learning outcomes. Now, you want to ask, what is coding? What is coding? Coding is the process of creating instruction for a computer to follow in order to perform a specific task. Like for example now, the easiest way to explain coding to anybody is that it is the language the computer understands. The phone you are using to watch this video, the laptop you are using, everything was done using the language the computer understands. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, several other apps, they are made the language the computer understands. And the language the computer understands is code. And the process of doing that is coding or programming. We now have several of these languages. We have HTML, which is hypertext markup language. We have Java, JavaScript. We have Python. We have a whole lot of them. Majorly, we have two types of coding. Majorly, we have the text-based coding, and we also have the block-based coding. As a beginner, as a student beginner or as a teacher beginner, the best place to start is with the block code, because you don't have to write the code by yourself. You just have to drag and drop it and change some values to get whatever you want to get. Coding is the language of the future, and it is becoming increasingly important in our technology-driven world today. How has coding helped in education? Coding can be introduced in many subjects, including math, science, history, and art. Advantages of coding in education. By integrating coding into education, coding can be introduced into several subjects: mathematics, science, history, and art. Each of these subjects, which has majorly in STEAM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, coding can be incorporated into these subjects. And if time permits us, we're going to be doing practical coding where we'll be seeing how to integrate coding into mathematics, into science, and into history or any other subjects. And this will foster creativity and critical thinking. Benefit of coding to students: it helps the students to develop opportunities and to even develop their problem-solving skills. It encourages creativity and prepare them for the future job market. These days, many graduates, they don't have job because they don't meet the demand of the market place, the job marketplace. So for that reason, many people are jobless. Not because there's no job. When it comes to technology job, coding and technology job, you can't be jobless. It's not possible for you to be jobless. So that's why we must introduce the students right from their primary school to coding, so that as they are growing up into coding. And coding, integrate coding into education can also help bridge the skill gap in technology industry. There are a lot of employment that they are looking for people to fill it, especially when it comes to senior or full stack programmer. They are looking for people to fill it, and the number of people that have learned this thing is very low. Now, you want to consider how to incorporate coding into your curriculum. Now, you must choose a coding platform that you want to use that align with the student learning objectives. That is the age, skill, and level of the students. You can start learning coding, you can start teaching coding with the students without a computer. There are some activities that you can do that can teach the students computational thinking without computer at all. That is the first thing. That is the theoretical aspect of computer. So another way to incorporate coding into your curriculum is that you make it interdisciplinary. That is, you integrate into all subjects in your school. That you can, so that having the student create a game that teaches concepts learned in history. For example, now you are teaching a subject in social study. Let's take social study as an example, or civic, or government. Now, after teaching them maybe the history of Nigeria or something, so they can now create an animation that represents what you have taught them. So you can see how coding is able to make learning to be more enjoyable for the learner. So another thing is that you must allow students to create and showcase their own projects, letting them explore and take ownership of their learning. These are the 4 ways to incorporate coding into your curriculum. First thing is that you start with unplugged coding, that is coding without computer. Teach them the theory first, then choose a coding platform, then make coding interdisciplinary. That is, it is not based on a particular subject alone. You make it to enjoyable throughout all the stuff they are doing. And number 4 is that you try as much as possible to make the student to create projects that they can explore and take ownership of. Coding projects for different subjects. Coding in math. Example now, we are looking at how you can incorporate coding in some subjects. Now, we have talked about a few minutes ago. Now, we want to explore it more. Now, coding in math, you can make the student to write a program to calculate Pythagoras theorem, to calculate something in math, to see a kind of graph, to write a graph, maybe a quadratic equation or something. This will make the student to know the subject better. And when it comes to science, you can teach the student to create robots, and that is robotic and in robotic and machine learning. You can see that to this day, a lot of things are powered by artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and machine learning. All these things are the new technology. You can have a robot that do a lot of work to you. We have what we call cyber dog, the kind of electronic dog that work with you, that follows you anywhere you are going and help you as a security. There are a lot of things now that people have done to make life easier. So you can do some of these robots and make things easier for yourself and for the student, whereby you are teaching them more about science, you are teaching them about life, and you are making the coding to be more enjoyable for them. Now, when it comes to art, like fine art, drawing, and something, you can use also the coding to create art or shapes that bring out creative design. So coding can be implemented in all subjects. You can even use coding to teach people Yoruba. If people that don't understand Yoruba, you can create an app through coding that teach them Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa or Efik or any language that you want to teach. You can start coding. There's no way you can avoid it when it comes to education as a teacher or as a school owner or educator. There's no way to avoid coding. Now, the impact of coding on problem solving and critical thinking skill. Coding encourages students to approach problems methodically, to try multiple solutions, and to work in collaboration. These skills translate to many areas of life and are highly valued by future employers. Now, if you are looking, if you want to be a 21st century school or a 21st century teacher or 21st century human being, you need to learn the 21st century skill, which are mainly the forces. We have the creativity, collaboration, communication, critical thinking. So these 4 skills, the coding will make it possible for the students and the teachers to learn. Now, you may have heard about STEM education. What is STEM education? STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which I have said earlier. So you may be thinking, okay, if I have started coding, does it mean I have started STEM? Yes, because STEM, coding works in science, works in technology, works in engineering, works in mathematics. Just like in the past, where we have the JET club, where they do a whole lot of things. Now, in the coding club, coding and robotic, coding and robotic now, the robotic is the hardware where they make robots. Now, they can make a whole lot of things that is even better than the JET club. When we are in school, some of us belong to the JET group, which is junior technician, where we made a lot of projects in electric. We make a lot of projects using the electrical board. You understand? Where we make a lot of, but now it is now STEM. STEM local buying. This is time for STEM. And coding, when you talk about STEM, you cannot leave coding out of it. Coding is the major backbone of STEM. Because that is 90%, okay, don't let me exaggerate, like 75% of job that will be available in the next 10 to 20 years will be majorly in STEM. Majorly in STEM. So it is better you start teaching and learning STEM. Even you as a teacher, you need to learn it and know it so that you can stay relevant. Now, how can school make money offering coding? Yeah? Okay. School can make money by offering coding in their school in different way. One of it is having coding club and camps. If you are still with me, please type I am still with you in the comment section. Type I am still with you in the comment section so that you can know that you are still following the class. Now, one of the first ways is by offering coding clubs and camps. If you are a school owner, during the summer coaching, you can have a coding class or coding camp. I know many people that are offering coding club or coding club class, they charge nothing less than, so the lowest I've seen so far is 30 something thousand. Some people charge 50,000, some charge more than that for 3 weeks training or coding. So this is a source of income for the school. And if you implement it as a curriculum in your school also, you can charge extra for it because the parents will really love it and they will be willing to pay for the coding club. So you can make it like a club or a class so that everybody offer it as a subject, maybe once in a week. You can also develop training opportunities for teachers. You can now train other teachers on coding, on how to implement coding in their school, and this will make you to make a lot of money also. You can also collaborate with other schools to offer coding, whereby in partnership with other schools, you can offer coding courses with several other colleges in your environment. Now, what are the benefits of teaching kids programming skills? Programming fosters creativity, logical thinking, and problem-solving abilities. It teaches them to communicate effectively and work collaboratively with others. By learning to code, kids gain more confidence and improve their math and science skills. Most of the kids that learn coding, they always improve in other subjects because coding will make them to be a good thinker and they will work hard to bring their imagination and creativity to life by creating websites, games, and apps. And coding also teaches the kids to break down complex problems into manageable tasks, leading to a sense of achievement and empowerment. Now, before we continue, we want to look at some kids that have done excellently well in coding, when it comes to coding in Nigeria. Some kids in Nigeria that have done excellently well, as it's very tender, some of them have owned their own company because of coding. From the age of 9, some of them 6 years, they started coding and they are working in big companies. Now we are going to consider it. So the first person we are considering, the first young boy man we are considering today is John Oseni. He's a 16-year-old boy programmer who started learning programming at a very young age. And he has made millions of naira for himself. Learning programming for him was not easy because he couldn't afford the fee to learn programming. He was charged 160,000 naira to learn programming and he couldn't afford it. But he offered to render service for free in the company where he's supposed to learn programming. Through that, he was able to learn it for free. And fast forward to when he has learned coding, he has been able to work with different companies. Now, if you go to Punch websites or you search online for John Oseni, you'll be able to see this publication on Punch. As you can see, this is Punch newspaper. You can see, it said, "My name is John Oseni. I'm 16 years old. I turned 16 in February. I'm from Jewa North in Ogun State." So you can see that it's a very young boy. It's not even a man, so a young boy. He said he has worked for, I'm a programmer. I have worked for 16 to 17 startups. I'm also working to start my own company and see the possibility of a future powered by nature. We plan to use nature to power cars, phones, and other things. So this is the plan this guy is currently working on. A very young boy. Look at his age. Look at what he's doing. He said his company is not already registered, but he has a team in the United States of America, Canada, Nigeria working on research. So you can see that technology is bridging a lot of gaps. It's bringing a lot of opportunities for people. Look at this young man, how he has been able to pull his parents from poverty. He even got employment from Italy. A guy that just finished secondary school. He said he doesn't have any certificate, he has not been to school. But because of the skills he has, because of these skills, many people were looking for him. So when I tell people that technology and coding is the new oil and gas, look at how people were rushing this guy because of what he has been able to know. So, my dear listener, my dear viewer, coding is important. Coding is very important. Let me tell you, if your student know coding, they will forever be grateful to you. Because many jobs that you are seeing today, they will never exist in the next 15 years. Many jobs will never exist. So the only job that will be existing will be job based on coding and technology. Now, this guy, this 16-year-old guy, is a multimillionaire. He said he has made more than 1 million at a time, and there'll be a time that he has even... Okay, now let's look at the interview here. When they asked him how much is a lot, he said, I have made millions, more than 10 million. I once received 5 million in bulk, while other payments came monthly, same as wages, but I didn't buy a car. I'm pushing my company with everything. I made my first 1 million last year at age 15. At age 15. Now let's look at his advice so that we don't take your time. We can go to other people. Let's look at... I'm trying to scroll down. Now, what will you tell Nigeria who do not understand what coding is all about? Maybe even as we are talking now, you don't understand what coding is all about. Listen to what this young man has to tell you. Coding requires passion. I use coding to improve myself, like Elon Musk, who used coding to develop to develop himself. He was a developer at paper. Now, this is where we are going. Coding is more like talking to a computer and creating an application for people to solve problems. So that is coding for you. That is coding for you. Now, we need to look at other people. I'm trying to look at other people now. There are many of them in Nigeria that they are coders, young people. They are coding. Some started like from the age of 9. Now, let's look at Joshua Agbola before you look at the lady. There's a lady among them. So I'm only considering 3 because of time. So this is Joshua Agbola. You can see this one face. This one is a teenager. You can see that he's a teenager. A founder, a software engineer, a YouTuber at Just for Tech. Now, his company name is Just for Tech, coined from his name, Joshua. He's a keynote speaker, future skill activist. So you can see, let me see his profile for you so that you can see. He's a 13-year-old programmer. He started coding at the age of 6. You can see from here, he started coding at age 6 and quite comfortable in programming with a number of languages and frameworks, including HTML, CSS, Python, JavaScript, Java, jQuery, C++, C#, a whole lot of programming languages. He is also interested in working on AI, which is artificial intelligence, robotic automation. So look at this young boy having his own company at the age of 13. He has been invited to speak in several meetings in several places where many graduates today parading themselves with certificates. They don't even imagine themselves that they will ever get there. But because of coding, look at the opportunities and the pride this boy has brought to his parents and his school. Because I'm sure this guy is still in secondary school. At the age of 13, he's still in secondary school. And he's already an entrepreneur. So you can see the glory you can bring to your school by offering coding. As a parent, you can see the glory you can bring to your family by allowing your children to learn coding. So coding is very important. So I'm going to consider one more person, which is Emanuela, a lady. This Emanuela, let me try to load the page. Emanuela is now a lecturer in the UK, teaching people how to code. Now, you can see, it said, meet Emanuela, the 11-year-old Nigeria programming instructor in the UK. I think it's now 13 now. I think it's now 13 years old now. Emmanuel, let's look at her face so that you can see her very well. You can know that this lady, this young girl, Emanuela Usiofu Mayaki, is the much talk about 11-year-old Nigerian girl that is a software programming instructor in the United Kingdom. Why our graduates are still looking for a job? Why our graduates are still looking for employment? Why our graduates are still going the streets, carrying CV up and down? Look at an 11-year-old girl. Look at an 11-year-old girl that has already gotten a job in the UK because of coding, because she learned coding. So what is that thing that is still, with all these things that we have mentioned, I don't see any reason why anybody, even if you cannot learn coding, let your children learn coding. If you cannot learn coding, this girl started learning at the age of 6. At 9, she had obtained diploma in advanced PowerPoint, desktop publishing, advanced Excel. She also enrolled to study web development and graphic design at NIT, as well as mobile app development at Tech24. See, if you have students that are exceptionally brilliant, don't just limit them to education 2 plus 2, 4. No, let them learn coding. Even if they don't want to become a programmer in the future, let them still learn it. Even if they say they want to become a teacher, let them learn coding. You don't know what you're going to do that will bring out the glory of your school, bring out the glory of your family, bring out your home glory as a parent or a teacher. So if these children can learn coding and they can achieve this great feat, it's the only thing that you need is interest and passion to learn it as a teacher, either as a teacher or a student. If you are getting value tonight, please write value in the comment section. Let me see you write value in the comment section. Value. So that I know you are getting something important. So we have only considered there are many of kids in Nigeria that have achieved great feats with coding. So we're just going to explore only these three students, so these three children. So let's go back to our slide and continue from where we stopped. Now, one of the top programming language for kids to learn, one of them is Scratch. Like I said earlier, that we have two types of programming. We have majorly, we have classes of programming. We have the block-based coding and text-based coding. So if you want to start learning, you can start teaching them with Scratch, Pictoblocks, or other Puncable and some other programming languages. Then from there, they can go to Python. Python is highly recommended. And from there, you can go to Swift. Swift is a programming language developed for Apple for making apps for iPhone, iPads, and Macs. JavaScript is a popular language used in web development and creating interactive websites. So these are the top programming languages recommended for kids to learn. Now, where kids can make money, how can kids make money? Programming. Kids can make money with programming by they can create apps and sell it. Look at Facebook today. The guy started writing the code of Facebook maybe at the age of 19 or so. And is the youngest, richest billionaire in dollars in the world. Even if you don't sell your app, you can still make money from it by advertising, revenue, sponsorship, or in-app purchases. As a kid, they can also make money by helping people to build websites, building apps for people, or software installation services. They can also start YouTube channel where they teach people about coding and they make money for themselves and for their parents. They can also create websites for their schools, for small business, for their parents. It's very vast. Coding is very fast. So this skill is very important. It is 100% important for everybody in this generation, from primary school, from the age of 7 to start learning coding. Programming is not just about memorizing syntax and command. It is about creativity and problem solving. Coding requires active participation, logical thinking, and creativity, all of which can lead to real-world solutions. Coding challenges the students or anybody learning it to think outside the box and find innovative solutions to complex problems. You have to be creative to be a good programmer. Coding activities such as designing an app or a website require imagination and creativity to achieve the desired outcome. Now, tips for parents and educators to support kids in tech and entrepreneurship. If your child or your student is interested in tech or entrepreneurship, there are many resources to help them learn and get started. Here are some tips to supporting them. Encourage creativity and problem solving. Provide access to kid-friendly coding platform and tools. Find age-appropriate coding resources and classes. Let kids explore and experiment with coding and technology in a fun and supportive environment. Expose the kids to successful young entrepreneurs and encourage them to learn about entrepreneurship, like Joshua Agbola, John Oseni, Emanuela. All these are programmers and they have become entrepreneurs. They're already making millions. A lot of people are not yet making. A lot of people that have worked with the government. I mean, when I talk with the government, I mean civil servants. Yeah, civil servants. So many people that have worked for 25 years, that have worked for 30 years. The money they made is not up to the half of the money these young people that are less than 20 have made. So you can see that this is one of the ways, this is one of the ways, this is one of the ways we can support the kids by introducing them to people that have already succeeded, their age mates that are succeeding in programming and coding. So thank you. That is the end of the theoretical part of our coding program tonight. So we are going to be moving on to the practical aspects. You're going to be doing some coding and you're going to be seeing it with your eyes how coding really works. So join me in the next few minutes. I'll be telling you how coding really looks like. Thank you. This is a practical coding platform where you will be able to see what coding is all about. So we are using an app here called Pictoblocks. It's a very powerful block coding app. Like we said earlier, that we have two types of programming. That is the text-based programming and the block code or visual programming. If you don't call it block coding, you call it visual because it is what you see, what you get. So, for example, now look here now. This is the code for this virtual doctor. So we developed this is a you can see this this is simple English. It's a very simple English telling the computer what to do. You can see we train the data using the machine learning. And this is more of machine learning and artificial intelligence. So we're able to train this sprite on what to do. So once I click let me put it in full screen. Now, this is the program that was developed. If I click this green flag, say hello, welcome. How are you feeling today? Tell me your symptoms. Now, this is a program. If I say fever, see, you can see that it implies that you got infected with malaria. You can lower your risk of infection by protecting yourself from mosquito bites and taking preventive medicine. So, if depending on what you tell the program, what you tell this doctor, it will tell you the next thing to do. So we have several apps. So this was made available, this was made possible because of coding. So everything that was programmed here, this is the coding, this is the code, this here is the code. This particular what you are seeing here is what made up this program. So you can see the program here. You can see when green flag, this is the green flag, clicked, then train data. Then we start training this particular sprite. So you should say hello for 2 seconds. This say hello for 2 seconds. If I click it now, if I click this green flag now, you can see that I say hello for 2 seconds. Then you will ask, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? Please tell me your symptoms. So what you see here, it is what is happening here. It was programmed through this place. That is how coding actually works. That's how coding actually works. This is visual coding because it's more like just dragging. So what happens is that you can drag this from this place. You can drag from this place. You can see what you are seeing here was dragged from this place to this place. So you don't need to actually cram your head to start writing code with this visual programming. You don't need to start racking your brain. You don't have to cram a lot of code. Every code that you need is already in this place. So it's very easy. This can be used to train students from the ages of maybe 10, 9, maybe 10 and above, or from 9. So that they can know how to do a lot of things. So let me open another program that was made through this Pictoblocks. So I'm going to go into my computer. Now, this was the virtual doctor. So I'm going to open another one. So let me open this one. Okay, this doesn't have the code there. So let me try to open another one. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Okay. I'm trying to open another program now. It is another exciting program, very powerful program. I may not be able to fully demonstrate it because I think my camera has an issue, so it's not connecting to the program, which I will fix later. But let me just explain how this program works. Normally, this program is supposed to on my camera and detect my hand. As you can see, turn on video stage with 0% transparency. Then analyze image for hand from camera. Then if hand is detected, then go to X position of this and that. So normally I'm supposed to be able to use this pen to draw on this board with my hand. But because I have an issue with my camera now, I will not be able to do that. I have an issue with my camera. So that's how this program really works. So it's supposed to on my camera. So if you run into your system with a connected camera, you're going to on your camera and you'll be able to draw with this pencil. You'll be able to draw with this pencil. So this is another program. It's more or less a physics simulation. So this is very realistic. Uh, and you can see from this is a bell, a metal bell, and this a ball falling on it. So this is how it will be if it happened physically. This is how it will show. This is how it will be in the physical. It may not be accurate, but let's check the source code and see. Let's check the source code and see what was written. Now, this is the code for the bell. So when green flag is clicked, this is the green flag. When it is clicked, go to 0. You know X and Y in mathematics. Set size to 200. So we increase this bell by 200. This is the size here. We increase it by 200. Now point in direction minus 120. We bring it down. Now set stage as open without floor. Enable for the costume. So this is the code. You step the simulation. Now this board now we need to change its costume to different costume, and as you can see, switch costume to ball A. Then we should continue to change the costume and increase it. So that's how we're able to get that physics engine, physics simulation. So one more program before we hand up on block coding and how it's used. So I'm going to open one more program. It's a game. So let's check out this game that was made with YouTube Block. So whenever the sprite touches this audio, it loses one of its heads. So you can see that the head is increasing and the score is increasing. So by the time it finishes the heads, the game will end. So the game has ended now. So let's just look at the code. Let's look at the code now. Let's look at the code. So this is the game, while this is the code. Now, there's something called sprites. Each of the character that was used in this game is called sprite. This is Toby. The name of this sprite is called Toby. And this is the background. It was also used as a sprite. And this is the hurdle. So each of these, we program each one of these. We program this Toby differently. Program this, and this is the code for the Toby. So when we talk about coding, now you understand this is the code that we use to program what Toby will be able to do. As you can see here, when green flag is clicked, Toby will have to go to in X, you go to -20, and in Y, you go to -39. You know already X and Y, horizontal and vertical. Now, set volume to 50%. Forever play sound. The sound that is played is called bossa nova. Then another code was written that if this up arrow key is pressed, what will happen? Switch costume to mouth, Toby mouth closed, then start sound, jump. Then it should be able to glide. So this is the code for Toby, and this is the code for the hurdle. So in the hurdle, we told the hurdle that whenever Toby touches the hurdle, it should reduce the hertz by 1. That's what you see here. Change score by 1. Set score to 0. So that's how this really works. So this will be the last program we're going to be considering in visual programming or block coding today, while we'll be moving to text-based coding to tell you how text-based coding works. So I'm going to be showing you text-based coding now. Hello, so this is uh, our website fcbyedutech.com.ng. As you can see, this is our website. So I want to show you how text-based coding is all about, what text-based coding is all about. So we are going to show you the source code of this, and you're going to compare it to the block-based coding that you will understand the difference now. This is the block-based coding. I mean the text-based coding. Now this is the website. What we are seeing now that is beautiful like this, I'm going to show you what the code is all about. Now the code that made this website, this is the code. Now let's see the code. Now this is the code. You can see the fcbyedutech.com.ng here. You can see it there. You can see the meta name, meta description, content. FCByEdutech is a technology company focused on promoting educational through branding, marketing, and technology. So this is how coding, text-based coding is all about. So you can see this is the source code. This is the source code of this website. Although it is more arranged than this, but because I'm checking it from a browser, I'm checking the source code from a browser. That's why normally it's supposed to be more arranged, more arranged and more beautiful than this. But this is an example of text code. Even if I want to check the source code of this Facebook page, I can check it. If I just press on Control U, if I press on Control U, I'll be able to check the source code of any website. I can check the source code of any website. YouTube, I can check the source code of YouTube. When I talk about the source code, not the old source code, but for the design. So this page I'm currently seeing, this is the code. This is the code. This is the Facebook code. So you can see it. So this is the code. This is the code that was used. Use more of JavaScript. So this is the code. You can see ID is equal to Facebook, meta name, referral, all those stuff. So you can easily see. So all these things, they are made with code. Everything are made with code. So we have seen the difference between block-based coding and text-based coding. Normally, text-based coding is more harder than block-based coding. So that's why we advise that if you are starting, you start with block-based coding before you move on to text-based coding. Now, if you want to ask, what is the next step? What should we do now? Now, the next step now is that you need to get tutorial. You need to train yourself on how to do all this coding. You need to learn how to do this coding so that you can teach your students, you can teach the students, you can teach your children how to code, because this is the new oil. This is the new oil. This is the new oil. As you can see, this is the new oil. So you may want to ask that, how do I learn? How do I learn? Well, learning coding is very expensive. If you want to be a full stack coding instructor, it's very expensive. Some people charge from 150, 200,000, even some people charge 500,000, even to a million naira, because they already know what the benefit is. And once you have the skill, they know you are able to make as many uh, profit and income as possible. But we have decided to help as many people that want to make money through coding, and decided to help them instead of charging 50,000, which is the our fee for our training. We are only charging you just 20,000 naira, not even 25,000, not even 30,000 naira. To learn, you'll be able to learn visual programming, you will learn mobile app development, you will learn website development, you will learn visual programming, you will learn how to make money with coding. If you are in school, you will learn how you can make your school to have to use coding to make more money. So this is a package that you don't want to miss. This is a package you don't want to miss. And because of this training, we have already given you discounts. So the best thing is for you to just make sure that you take this opportunity and you get this course for just 20,000 naira. For just 20,000 naira. And if you are watching this video today, if you watch this video today, that is on Thursday, 20th of April 2023, you have a discount of 15,000 naira. You have to pay 15,000 naira if instead of 20,000 naira. That is, if you are watching the video today and you are ready to buy today, at this time, you are watching right now, you are ready to buy right now today, 20th of April 2023, you are going to pay only 15,000 naira. So why not take the chances now and get yourself this course? So that is that about that. Now, I would want to appreciate questions. I know many of us will already have questions concerning what we have been taught. You may want to ask questions. Now, for the question now, I will drop the WhatsApp group link to ask your question. You can also drop it in the comment section on this YouTube channel. You can also drop your question there. I will answer your question. And for you to have watched this video to the end, like this, I have a gift for you. I have a gift for you. Now, how do I know that you watch this video to the end? You have to go to the WhatsApp group and post it there that I finished watching the video and I need my gift, or I want my gift. Just write it to the WhatsApp group, and I will know that you watch this video to the end. So this will be the end of our video today. So I'll be waiting to see you in the WhatsApp group. The link for the WhatsApp group will be pasted on this video. Check the video description. Check the video description. So that is end for everything tonight.